Commissioner, I went through the whole process from when it first came to inception until now, County Commissioner, and dealt with these people for, since 2006. We've been at this. One of our big problems was there's a Midwest attitude, like to take people at their word, especially professionals who we thought we were dealing with. And in the process, we sort of got talking, buying a soup sandwich, I think. There were a lot of things said that just never really materialized, or we didn't get we got the truth but not the whole truth. I just want to give you some examples of those. And before I start with that, one thing I remember on the roads issue, where your gentleman was talking about digging up your roads, we made them bore under every road. We would not let them dig through. We had that in place. We have a lot of pipelines going through, so we already had that in place. The roads were getting bored pretty bad, so we made them bore. And they did not object. They wouldn't get bored. So we didn't have that road being torn up by an addictive cost to make a pipeline issue. And we got the clay soil. You just can't ever reclaim it and get it right again after it's been dug. So that's how we dealt with that one. When they first come to us, they were making a lot of promises. They talked about tax revenue. Property tax revenue would be getting off the pipeline. What they didn't tell us was that the state legislature had given them 10-year tax exemption. Counties were totally unaware of that. And on the behalf of TransCanada did not ask for that exemption. The legislature said they were told they would go around in documents stating that, and they could never come up with money to produce it. Why it was put in place, I don't know. The point is, they were promised that tax revenue, and they already knew they had a 10-year tax exemption. We're in court hearings now with them trying to nullify that exemption, and lawyers talking about how much money they poured into the pipeline in Kansas, giving the judge an idea. One hearing was $500 million, the next one was $750 million. What he did tell them, counties got very little of that money, if any. Our sales tax receipts for the time 2010 when they were passing through 912 months, we actually had less revenue, sales tax revenue than the previous year. The labor they promised jobs all come out of Texas contract labor or union labor. There were no jobs. They're promised new jobs. You may want to ask about that. That did not materialize. They said all these people would need lodging and food. There would be a lot of business for restaurants, hotels, trailer parks. They didn't tell us that, there was a demand, but they single-sided them. There was 2 companies crossing Kansas, and they kept them together in 2 different cities. Our county was not one of them. We never saw that materialize either. Also on that tax revenue, they keep telling the court judges that at the end of 10 years, we'll be getting all this money. We shouldn't be complaining now. That pipeline has depreciated 34% on its assessed value for tax purposes. 10 years, I'm hoping we don't owe them money. It's going down fast. We've lost that much money. $3.5–4 million of assessed value. I think all the other stuff, I've been reading a lot on this since I got involved. And with the Kalamazoo thing, there was a film out. They were talking about the snow dredging. There was a film out where a guy was working on a show where they were burying the soil. Like this said, it sinks. You can't get it up. Skimmer boats will do you some good, but not that much. They're actually covering it with sand because it's just too hard to get up in little streams and stuff. That you can find that on Google. We had eminent domain issues. Senator Nelson here in Nebraska, I read some testimony. He gave at a hearing, was written testimony, but he talked about the heavy-handed use of eminent domain. That presidential permit, our people were told they had a presidential permit latest pipeline, and they were pretty heavy-handed in their face, and all but one person signed just because they were threatened. If you don't sign up now, you're going to get a lesser amount after we take you to court, and we'll win our
case. That presidential permit, I got a copy of it and read it. All that does is authorize TransCanada to cross the border to the first pump station. After that, the requirement of all state and local rules and regulations. So, I don't know what the permit for this Excel is going to look like, but I would suspect it to be about the same. So, there was nothing telling the states, counties, or cities how to do their job in that permit, as long as you were authorized to do it on a normal basis. We had some people who wanted to try to get a road crossing fee to put in, they're afraid of digging up roads. Not all the counties had the same thing in place we did. And TransCanada took them to court and won that they didn't have it in place before they showed up. They couldn't put it in place. They said they were being singled out. I don't know how Nebraska does it on road crossings, but if you want something in place, you better be in there before they get to a permit, or they're not going to let it happen. Oh, and also that federal permit, it was authorized a 30-inch pipeline. We got a 36-inch pipeline going through there. We can't get anybody this week to ask a question how that happened. And the gentleman was talking about these spills, how much comes out in a short period of time. They explained this, they have, every 10 miles they have a shut-off valve they can electronically trigger to stop the oil from coming down and from backflowing. But that 10 miles of 36-inch pipeline holds 2 million gallons plus. So if it, you know, pressure spills one thing, if there's a rupture, by the time this number scared me even more. Now we're over, you know, 3 to 4 million gallons are coming out of that pipeline. But if a pipeline rupture, 10 miles of 36-inch pipeline holds a little over 2 million gallons. That was one of our concerns. One suggestion, there were some verbal agreements we had with TransCanada. Get them in writing. They have bad memories. And again, you need to follow up on everything they tell you. Again, they didn't really outright lie to us, but they did tell us the whole truth. We've been finding this about piecemeal as time goes on. So, if they come to you talking, you'd be afraid.